Hey, Facebook, it's Sarah McLeodry from Synergy Behavior Solutions joining you today from Portland, Oregon. We're going to start off actually a little chat with Mr. Bueller. We're actually going to talk about door manners today, but I need to give you a little tour first. Um, I'm going to give you a little tip. So, empty peanut butter jars that still have a little bit of peanut butter in them make for great enrichment. Obviously, because it has no hole in the bottom or anything like that, this is a supervised enrichment game only. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to Bueller right now so he can keep entertained while I give you a little tour, and we're going to talk a little bit about equipment and doors and why it matters. So here, I'll let you guys see Mr. Bueller. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. There you go. There you go, B. He's going to take off with that and enjoy himself while we get started here. All right, so first I want to talk a little bit about leashes, and that's the start of our door manners, leashes, harnesses, all those kinds of things. Because that's usually when dogs start to get really crazy or excited about going out for a walk, is just the presence of their leash. So I personally am a huge fan of what they refer to as Euro leashes. So this is one made by Trust Your Dog Muzzles, actually. It's a custom biothane leash that is in Bueller's colors of orange and blue. But why do I love the Euro leashes is because they have two clips, which I can, and so I can do a lot of different things with a double clip leash. If I have a harness that has two attachment points, I can do that. I can shorten the length. I can tie it around me. I have a lot of options. And so I just like the flexibility of these leashes. If you have a balance harness, they are the same thing with balance harnesses with their leashes are also the same way. So I love these kinds of leashes. So big thing to start with, because when we're working on door manners, I don't want my dog to have like a full leash length to get himself in trouble, especially with a reactive dog like Bueller. So now we're going to take a little tour and talk about different doors and different meanings. I'm eventually going to practice today at my back door, which is right there behind me. And my back door opens out onto our deck, which the dogs are contained on the deck. They do not get full access to the yard there. So he has a very different opinion about that door versus, we're gonna take a little tour. We're gonna go into my mud room. I hope there's nothing obnoxious in my mud room. So this door here goes into my garage. And so that door has a different opinion for my dogs too, because that usually means a car ride. For Bueller, that door for sure means going in the car or going to get groomed in my grooming station. But that door usually means a trip to Frappuccino Friday, which is Puppuccino Friday for him, or it means that we're going to a sniff spot, both are which are awesome in his mind. All right, so that has a very different opinion about that door. Then we're going to walk into my office here. Hi, office. So this door here is the door to our dog yard. And so I have want to see my dog yard? It's got fake grass in it. It's awesome. Everybody in the Pacific Northwest, fake grass is the bomb. So that is my dog yard. It's not huge, but that's where my dog's potty at, and I love it. So this door has a very different opinion too about it for the dogs. It's potty, but it's also squirrel chasing and sometimes barking world. So that has a whole different meaning. But also too, I want you to see how with this door, it's a pretty tight space. So my desk is right there, and that's actually why I'm not doing the demo from this door today, because it doesn't have a great space for the dog to wait and be comfortable. Also with the multi-dog household like I have, it can get a little hairy in that tight space. So definitely space is a consideration when you're working on door manners. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. Bueller's busy here with his bottle. And then we're going to just head up to the front door here. So the front door in my house is right there. And this door goes out to my driveway, but it also faces, I'm going to actually open it so you guys can see. Oh, if I unlock it would help. So it goes right out to my driveway. Hopefully, there we go. And then that fence over there behind me is where we have neighbors. Oh, BB, good job. As Bueller walks out. Good job, B, for coming back. That house has dogs that bark, and I have a reactive dog. So that is a really challenging door, and I actually don't go out that door very often with, at least with Bueller, I don't go out because Bueller does not go for walks. Hi, Jessica. Your kitchen looks pretty awesome. Thank you. We actually built this house ourselves, and we built it around my stove. So it's a vintage 1940s stove that is mint green, and I love it. So everybody should love their kitchen. All right, so let's talk a little bit more directly about door manners. Bueller actually gave up his bottle. I thought I was going to have to show you guys a trade, but I didn't have to. All right, so let's get on to the real action. So the reason why I wanted to show you all those doors is because every door can have a different opinion for your dogs, and every door has different issues with how you're going to train it. So I'm going to work on my back door here, mainly because I don't want to deal with the barking dogs across my driveway. I'm going to hook up Bueller to his harness. Let me make sure we've got our door in action here. There we go. You're probably not going to get to see my head very much. So a couple things we want to think about when we're working on door manners, good boy, little B, is I want to make sure that the dog is sitting not in the swing of the door. So I want to make sure that he is not in the way. We have a little platform that stays here mainly for kitchen manners for my water spaniel, but he understands this game. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not in his way and he's not in my way. And I'm going to look for just calmness. I don't really care about if he's sitting, standing, down, whatever. It's about calmness. So if he's paying attention and calm, which is for Bueller is really good, I'm going to touch the doorknob. Good. He touched the doorknob. He checked in with me. That tells me he's gonna go sit on your platform. Excellent. So that's a great choice. If you have the ability to put a platform near your door, I cannot stress the awesomeness of platforms or stations. So now we'll grab the door. Nice job. Cookie for that. He's working for his dinner, actually. We're going to pop it a little bit. Good. And normally Bueller will be very barky, jumpy, all that kind of stuff if I didn't have his leash on, but he knows this game with the leash picture so that he's going to be nice and calm. Good job. Excellent. He's like, oh man, that's a little close. So he normally doesn't. So I'm going to actually push this. I was going to push that plat. Oh, he's sitting further back. Good. All right. Where do you want to sit? I don't really care where you sit. All right. I don't care if he stands either. Remember, it doesn't really matter. Oh, now we're getting a little more excited, but he chose not to go out and go bark at squirrels. So I actually will reward that because that was a much better choice for him than what he can do, which is fly out that door and go barking at squirrels. You can just stay there, dude. Good job. Yes, good. So you saw that little look out and he stayed in. He's like, I'm going to resist temptation and put myself over here. Good. So there's no reason to let him out into the yard if he can't be here calm. He's getting a little grabby with the treats. So that tells me he's having a little bit of a harder time. But he's still offering sits. He's still offering really nice eye contact. Let me see at the station. Good boy. Good. He's willing to station. Oh, and it offered down. What a good job. All right, we're going to release him from there. We're going to do that all over again. We're going to actually allow him out the door this time. If he stays calm, there's a question. Hold on, let me go peek in and say, oh, there's Bueller, up close personal. Wow. Oh, my Jessica's asking about my stove. It's not a Chambers, it's a Wedgwood, actually. So we can have a whole chat about that another time. All right, so we'll go back to, can he be calm with that door opening? Yes. Station. Good. And I don't care if he gets off the station in this particular case, especially if he goes away from the door. That's really what I care about, is that he's not hyper fixated on the door. Station. Good boy. All right, so now I'm going to have a release out the door. I have a little bit of a screen here, so hopefully you guys can be able to see. Free. And he knows the game of how to do an auto check-in through the door, which is great. Good job. Station. Good job. Free. So now if I do this when he's not on leash, he goes flying out there. Let's see if he can, we'll show the difference. He does have his harness still on. But with some practice with the leash on, free. Good boy. And for a reactive dog who has neighbors who can sometimes be reactive, having that auto check-in through the door is really helpful because it gives me extra time to check to see if I really want him to go out or not. Nice choice. Free. Good boy. So he clearly has that down for this door. Not a big deal. So I'm going to come back up and here and, oh, Bueller likes to get up close and personal. All right. So actually, we're going to go because I'm not sure if the neighbor dogs are out or not, but we're going to go up to the front door. Hopefully, I can get a good screenshot, a good view for you guys to see what that looks like. Because I want you guys to see the difference of what it looks like. So now he's all excited because I'm putting his leash back on. All right. So we're going to go take another little walk here. Bueller's like, oh yeah, let's go out the front door because front door is fun. All right, I'm gonna set him loose for a second in here. Let's see. Here, B, go there. All right, it looks like we can get the door in. All right, you're only gonna see my legs, but you can hear me talk. I hope that works. All right, so automatically you're gonna see. Can you see Bueller? Yeah, it's a little dark in here, isn't it? Let's see if we tilt us a little more in. There we go. Yay. Okay, that worked. So look at the difference of a dog I have at this door versus the back door, who politely understands. He knows that there's not going to be any barking. Well, sometimes there's barking dogs out that way, but this door has a very different opinion for Bueller. So we're going to have to really work on handle. I'll take standing. But now notice where he's at. He's in the way of the door. So I'm going to probably move him. He's like, no, I want to be right here. So this is probably more what you folks are used to seeing with your dogs for, yes. So I'm gonna wait until he checks in, backs up, does something. Like I said, I don't care if he's standing, it's more about can he be in his brain. Yes, good boy. I'm gonna reward away from the door to see if that helps calm him down a little bit. Yes, good boy. So all I did was pop the latch and that got him excited. You saw his little paw go up. So we're gonna do that again. I was waiting for that check-in. Good boy. We're gonna do some treats on the ground again. Hopefully help. Yes, good job. Treats on the ground. Good. So I'm gonna open, and I know that's gonna happen. So he's got the little sniff. There's a little crack of the door open, and he's got a little sniff to stick his nose out. All I'm looking for is that calmness, checking in. Yes, good boy. Nice job. Yes. So he's using his scent to check out what's going on, to see if that dog is out there or not. And that's actually asking him to get a little overwhelmed. So I'm going to close that door again. Good boy. So look at the difference here. Yes. Nice job, dude. Yes. All right. Good boy. Yes. So I'm going to have to move myself so I can see what's going on now. So I did not actually tell him he could go out, but we'll see. Bueller. Good boy. Yes, there we go. Back in our brain again. I gave him a little time to see if he was willing to check back in without me, but that didn't seem to be the case. So I just cued him before he started barking at the neighbor. Good boy. Yes, nice job. Good boy. So also notice how heavy I am on my reinforcement. This is really hard for him to be calm with this open front door, knowing that those neighbor dogs might come out at any moment. He's going to offer me all of his cute behaviors. Free. Yes, good job. So he checked back in. Free. So very different. I don't think you guys can see his inability to check back in. It's very different with this front door. So we got to really work on that. Free. Lots of air scenting. Yes, good job. All right, we're going to stop that since you guys can't really see how cute little Bueller is going. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give him his all done and let him be free. There you go. Go ahead, and I'm going to pick up. Hi. All right. So, thank you, Anna. What a good boy. He is a good boy. He's a little high energy and a little high anxiety. He is actually also a patient of Dr. Voley's. So, any questions about door manners? I think one of the biggest things is take it slow, break it down. I'm going to give him a treat ball now. Take it slow, break it down. Opening the door is a big project, and depending on the door can really change how your dog's behavior is, because it's all about reinforcement history. So Bueller's reinforcement history out the front door has to do with the neighbor dogs and getting anxious and barking at them, where his opinion about going out our back door is going out on our deck. And sometimes there's things to bark at, but they're more fun in his mind. There's squirrels and things like that. It's not quite the level of intensity for him. So you need to practice at different doors. The different doors are going to have different opinions for your dog. Like I said, it's based on reinforcement history. I love the auto check-in through the door. I think it's really helpful to make sure that your dog is still engaged mentally with you, that they're not out there scanning the environment, getting into trouble, all those kinds of things. And it lets them know that they're still engaged. So I really like to train that auto check-in. Sometimes it's called the swimmer's turn from Leslie McDevitt. And so that's what I was practicing here with him at the back door and at the front door. The front door is much more challenging for him. And frequently, if we do leave the front door, I usually tend to go very fast because I'm trying to get from my front door to my car that's parked on the driveway as quickly as possible, and to try to avoid those neighbor dogs as much as I can to help reduce Bueller's anxiety. So it doesn't look like I'll sit here and chat for a few minutes, see if anybody has any questions about my little fluffy boy. Hi, Anna, and I'm not sure if anybody else exciting is here. Pop in and say hi. The um, being consistent with your door manners and thinking about where the arousal starts is really important. So if the arousal starts when you pick up your dog's harness, you have to go all the way back to that. And it's really a big difference of, where does that arousal start? Is it at the door? Is it not at the door? How can we practice? But if as soon as you pick up their harness or their leash and they're already at, a 12 out of 10, then we've got to deal with that and pull it back a lot further and work from there. Like I said, I do love stations at the door to give the dog a defined place to be. It doesn't have to be a physical little station like I have. It can just be a mat or something like that. But I really like to have defined spaces so the dog knows easily how to be right or how to be right with the door manners. And then the other thing is thinking about being aware of how your door opens and making sure you don't open the door into your dog's space, because they are not going to sit there and stay still while you open the door into their space. So it doesn't look like we have any other questions today about door manners. If anybody does have any questions as you're watching this, please feel free to go ahead and put them in the comments, and we'll do our very best to get back to you. And if you have if you have any thoughts about our other lives that you would like to see us do, feel free to leave those in the comments also. We've got a whole bunch of exciting lives coming up for you. We're going to be doing another Ask the Trainer evening live with both Lorena and I coming up in the middle of March. And then in April, we're going to have a Ask the Vet Behaviorist with Dr. Volley and myself. So we'll be putting up information about those topics also. And thank you, Jessica. I'm glad it was helpful. Say hi to Akuma for me. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Lorena will be here on Thursday at noon with her live. And if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to either send us a private message or leave us a comment. Thanks and have a great day.